Okay, we are back. We are so back, ready to partake of another delicious meal. So, we are inviting or igniting the presence of the 14 gods within us, and of course, the high priest Aaron. And so, I had this prepared because we are looking at the text that I believe that holds a lot of information, and what we have been doing over time, and of course I have been in contemplation with High Priest Aaron on this, is that when it is said you can't see what's under your nose, we have been looking too far, and it's the closer we need to sort of draw our attention closer and closer to be looking at what is right there. Like Aaron is actually saying that yes, you can't see what is underneath your own nose, and what is underneath your own nose is your mouth, and the word mouth is the key. Yes, I have done the word key equals 5, just as mouth equals 5. This is what we are using. And High Priest Aaron is really emphasizing the mouth. He's saying yes, because the mouth again is like a womb. He has said it's like the womb, like mountains of words can come out of that mouth. No wonder he's saying that now you are asked to put a mask over your mouths, so you do not speak out as much as you would with the conviction that you otherwise would. So basically, he's reminding us about all this symbolism that is happening right now, right underneath our noses, so to speak, right literally under our noses. That symbolism is taking place. So I couldn't put it any better, High Priest Aaron. So, we are looking at, oh, I hope you have got your fork, because I've got my fork. I'm ready to dig in deep once more. So, are you ready to dig in deep once more? Let's just do it. If you haven't got your fork, we use our fingers. Good. Because it was with the hand God created. Okay, so God created, okay, he said it's afterwards in Genesis of chapter 1. We are looking at so God created. Now I have this was here because I was again having this dialogue with High Priest Aaron, is that remembering that Adam named his wife Eve because she was the mother of all living. Now the word was the mother of all living. If she was the mother of all living, that means everything was already in existence. She was the mother of all. He named his wife Eve because she was the mother of all living. Did she die and cease to exist? That made her was. But then we need to, according to High Priest Aaron, look at the word was and see it also has the word as in it, es, meaning that when we draw on as, because the W is that which is free, that sets things into motion. Free is, so, okay, free is the M, and it is free, and it is E, and that's what sets things into motion. To have a set, meaning the word set, S-E-T, which comes to 8, and that is what we are about to do, to eat of the fruit, eat of 5, the apple. Now wisdom have told us in the world, if you like, wisdom which is all around us have told us it is an apple. But why they have told us it's an apple? Because the Bible does not say it's an apple, it says it's a fruit. And fruit is 11, which is 6, 9, 3, 9, 2. Adding this together, 9 and 9, 18, 20, 29. 2 plus 9 is 11. So we see 11, of course, goes into the center of numbers 1 to 9, which means 5 and 6, and that is 11. But also 11, adding 1 plus 1 is 2. Oh, I've got to show. This is what Aaron reminds me. He says you've got to show. You can't keep saying you've got to show. So basically, 5 plus 6 gives us 11, where you become new. So eating of the fruit of the tree of good and evil, or tree of life, whatever, I never really remember which one it is, or basically perhaps it's the same, is really saying that that there was a new life coming, something new was happening, which is what has been here. So 11, when you have the master number 11, for instance, you are about to do new things. You are, if you have a master number which is 11, you are an alchemist. You're supposed to create. You're supposed to stand firm in yourself, be grounded, but to create, because that's where you're at. You in this new column. So, or whether it was your expression number as 11, because 11 has to birth something. The word 11, when it is done, it actually comes to 9. So you have to birth numbers 1 to 9, which is that you are supposed to sacrifice. Now, it's not that you will be sacrificing like Jesus Christ, but just to show you, Jesus, Jesus, is 15131. Adding this together is 11. Of course, the word 11 has Eve in the middle of it, and that's what is important for us to know, that when it is said that she was the mother of all living, she is in everything, everything. This is in the scriptures as well, where God saw that everything he created, he saw it was good. Soaring is that it is divided. So there was, Mother Eve was the mother of all living. What makes her not the mother of all living anymore? It could be that lie that we have been told. That, and of course, the lie corresponds, it's like the lie is a shadow. It serves as a shadow, because God, for instance, is 8, which is 7, 6, 4, 17. So this is saying that this is one set of creation, a God. This is why it says in the scriptures, don't you know you are gods? Meaning we are supposed to create. Every person is the one and must create like Neo, which is Neo, which is 5, 5, 6. This is 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. Every creature, according to the high priest Aaron, you are supposed to be, you are God. You are God right here. And this is why a high priest Aaron is reminding us as well. This is Moses. It's like a function. Moses was also 17, was also 8. And Moses was a God in this sense. And this is why he met with his image or his likeness on Mount Sinai, which in the flame, in the bush, the burning bush. And High Priest Aaron is telling me to do this burning bush. Burning, burning bush. Don't know why, I'm just going with it because I'm trusting High Priest Aaron. So this is 2, 3, 9, 5, 9, 5, 7. Adding this together, this is 12. This is 21. This is 30. This is 38, 39, 40. So burning is 40. So we can see the correlation here already with the number 4 as a foundation. We see fire in itself is purity. It purifies. So burning. And this 40 as well, according to High Priest Aaron, is that this was indicative of the 40 years in the wilderness, the 40 years in the wilderness with the children of Israel. So Moses met with God on the mount. When he says, okay, let's do bush, because Aaron is saying do bush, okay, so 1 8, and add this together. So this is 10, this is 14. So bush is 14. This is interesting. And 1 plus 4 is 5. So basically, bush hair is like Mother Eve. So we could say, because Eve equals 14, we could really say that Moses met with Eve. Moses met with Eve. Moses was 8. 8, when we do the numerical value for the word 8, we've got to see this, okay, because Aaron keeps saying you've got to show. So Moses was 8, and the 8 as in 17, which we could also do the numerical value for 17, but let's do this. EIGHT, and this is 59782. This is 10, this is 26, this is 31. 3 plus 1 is 4. This equals 4. So Moses actually met with an aspect of himself where it's like setting the foundations, or realizing that you are north, south, east, west. That was the news. He was doing his own new news, in the sense of right here being in this column. He was being renewed. And of course, the burning bush was indicative of the purification of forming the number 8, of understanding he is 8. And of course 31 is, that's why 31 is a cycle, as in a month. And 31, 3 plus 1 is that formation of them being in the desert. So we can see adding 4 plus 5 is 9. So that was that 2 here, or 4, yeah, we could say is also the sacrifice that had to be made. So a lot of people died on this journey, just as it happened, or it's happening now in this 2020, in this through this coronavirus. And I believe, of course, we have COVID-19. You could see the 9 as well. I think I did the numerical value before already, but basically we could see the correlation of what is happening. And High Priest Aaron is saying there, let's go back to understanding how Mother Eve is in everything, So we need to pay attention to this. Okay, so Moses being 8. Now there's something very interesting that Aaron is really saying to me right now, that 8 is not a number. 8 is actually a symbol of a new beginning, an end and new beginning, just as 5 and 9 together comes to 5. So basically there is, like, we are a new here, but it says this is why we call this headquarter zone. It's like a headquarter zone is where everything has come to an end. It's like right now all the specialists and all the people who are in the know are coming together to saying, what are we going to do right now with this coronavirus? How can we bring it to an end to have a new beginning? And that's what number 8 is signifying. This is why it is 2020, the year 20, and the word 20 actually equals 8. This is why we have to bring one end. So one is coming to an end and one is coming to a beginning. Adding this together gives us 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. This is where we are having a new creation, which coincides with the planet, with Uranus, or Uranus rather, is in Taurus, for 7 years. So basically, we see the number 7. It's like an unearthing, a doing away and a doing with. So a rebuilding, a rebirthing, and all of those things are happening right now. So we really want to concentrate on how we are going to create man in our image after our likeness. But to doing that, we need to understand the he, him, he. We need to understand he. We need to understand him and male, female, and he again. There's he and them. And this is the 6 entities that were created in this creation. This, hence, it is said, the number of man. Now, there is something else I really want to draw your attention to, but we'll have to come back to it. So, and just to give an essence of this, we have he is also 13. Let's use a different color because we want to keep this short. 13, which is 4. Him is 3, because we've done this before, which is 8 plus 9, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 21. Male is 5 plus 5, 10, and 3 is 13. Male is also 13, and female is 21, I believe, or 6. Let's see. So this is 6 plus 5, 11. And of course 11 plus 4, let's just say 4. So this is 6, this is 6. And them is 10, which is 1. This is 5, 19. So 19 is 1. Okay, let's have 10. And we have another 13 here. So we can see basically there is a lot of he, him being created. He, 13. He, him, male, female. Adding this together, let's just see, putting this together. So this would be 13, this would be 16. So he, him, 16. This comes to 7. And we have male, female. Adding this together, this is 19. So 1 plus 9 is 10. So we have 1. Okay. And we have he, them, which is 4 plus 1, 5. So we have 5, we have 7, and we have 1. Now this is very interesting because he and God created, but this is what High Priest Aaron is saying. God created. That is the created God. But in his own image and likeness, or is in his own image. So own we saw is 7. Image is actually 8. And 7 plus 8 is 15. So we see how 15 is 6 and 6 is also 7. So that is one creation here. This is done in all one text, in all one verse. But he, when it is said, but he, in the image of God created he, him. So basically it's like he created after the image of the created God. So like a copy of that which was done already. This is what we are seeing, like a copy of what was already done. This is why God, Eve was the mother. There was creation that happened already. And just like we have with the AI is being created now, a new species of being is actually being created right now. That's what had happened to us. This is the number of man, the he, him, the male, female, and the he, them. Now, if we were to add all this together, let us see what that comes to. So we have 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 4 is 14. So here we already have, I beg your pardon, sorry. So we have 7, because let's just count the whole numbers. 7 plus 1, 8. and 8 plus 5 is 13. This is the the death card in tarot. This is the creation that we have been talking about. This is 13. When we do the numerical value for the word 13, it comes to I think 19, but let's just do it. Let's just do it. So 13 comes to 9. THIRTEEN. So this is 2 9. So 28992555. Adding this together, this is 15. This is 17. This is 26. 26 30 26 35 45. 45. 4 plus 5 is 9. So basically we see here that how this is this text, which is on chapter 1 of Genesis and verse 27. 2 plus 7 equals 9, and here we see 9, the whole essence of that which was created or made equals 9. It is the he that is made or created, the him, the male, the female, and the he and the them. Now, this is something, according to High Priest Aaron, we really need to pay attention to in throughout the texts, because this is where the different species of human has come into play. And we have been thinking that them is everybody, or he is everybody, or female is everybody, or male is everybody. But perhaps it has been so in we have adopted that perception, and we have amalgamated that perception in our being. But the core of it all, we need to understand this makeup. I am very grateful and thankful for this, High Priest Aaron and the 14 gods. Of course, we see this has just been very delicious, because it's giving us a perspective of who we are, or who we think we are. I feel this is really wonderful. And we also see how the number 13, because this is why it is said in the scriptures, for instance, that if you eat of the fruit, you shall surely die. So the word die, of course, comes to 9 or 19, I think. 19. But 19, of course, is numbers 1 to 9. So ye shall surely die, meaning you shall surely go through. You already all of that, because you were already created that way. Hey, 9 and 9, 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. This is it. This is it. Die. 13, you shall surely die. And this is what happened with Christ, the story of Christ, because Christ was with 12 disciples and he was the 13th person, and he died, and of course rose again, and rising again he becomes the 14th. He becomes the 14th, number 14th, like Mother Eve. This is when it said that he was the mother of all living. But he was as in what we see life, but he is the mother of all living, because he is, or he has taken on the embodiment of all there is, like Mother Eve. And that is the same that we all are responsible for doing, and really being a sacrifice into understanding the makeup of the gods, creating after all kind. He, him, male, female, he, them. And so if we, depending on, it would be interesting to know, suppose someone had a he, and then okay, that you have, that person carries that directly, that 13th, the 13th vibration. And 3, we know, is that which sets things into motion. Hymn. It's no wonder we have the word like a song, like a hymn that travels, that reverberates, that vibration of 3, like in the churches. You sing hymns, like hymn. And in the churches, don't they wear the long gowns as well, like the female would? Because then it's giving that vibration of eternity, if you like. Because the word 3 equals 11, which takes you right here. So every time you are reverberating on the number 3, you are also reverberating here in the new. You are reverberating in all these aspects, actually, all of these, because they all are divisible by 3. So 3 is the magic number right here. And so when we are going to him for confession or for whatever it is we do, we are tapping. This is the intention of tapping into wherever he's at, whatever that is being reverberated through him. Male. The male, of course. And that's why the male, we could say, gives of his sperm. There is a dying that happens there as well. Female, of course, she bears the number of man as in 6. She bears it right there, female. And he, of course, there's the another he. So he is we could say replicating him through female. As through female we replicate him, or the male. So there are 2 he, as in 26. 2 plus 6 is 8, as in Abraham. But the male is being replicated through him or he. And them, oh my, them is 10. This is where 10 is actually coming to completion of wholeness and restarting again, where everything has been pure and you are with them, meaning male, female, he, them, and so on, or all aspects of it, because 10 is perfect. When we do the numerical value for the word perfect, it is 10. When we do the numerical value for the word pure, I think pure is also 10. Let's just see pure, Pure, which is 7395. I'm just checking my memory. This is 20, this is 10, this is 24. So 24 is 6. 24 is 6. Again, that's the number of man. But heaven is 10. Hell is also 10. So 10 them actually entails everything. So we are on to nearly half an hour here, so I'm going to wrap this up. But I feel that this has given me, I can actually go to sleep right now, because it gives me a great sense of who I am, or that I am, that I am. There we see I am that I am is 5, and 5 as well. When we do the numerical value for the word 5, it also equals 6, or even 4 also equals 6, and 6 is 7. So we see all this he, them is 6 is actually giving us a good idea of how we fit into Mother Eve, the said God, which equals 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. We are of the said God. I really do love this. I hope you have enjoyed this. Please leave your comments, likes, and of course subscribe and share. And stay ignited.